to check if they're ready, and we should be good to go. In the meantime, I guess I can just do a quick shout out to Bleached Bones Tournament for organizing this 30,000 prize pool, guys. About 80 players, 80 total players from all across the world, almost. I mean, mainly Russia, Europe, and North America. So many teams, like 16 total teams here for you guys, just to play. You know, just to show you guys some amazing games put up by Bleached Bones. Alright, and there's the first ban, and first bans actually. So Evil Genius decided to ban that Elemental Shaman, while from Cyclone with Love does decide to put Yips back to the bench. Sadly, I guess he had some fun, but that's enough fun for him for today. They will ban that Yips, and they actually pick a UA Warlock. So as you guys will be seeing Azael playing that UA Warlock, and interesting pick to actually pick the red first. So we'll see. I think it's gonna be Mystic playing that red Paladin over him. Second ban's coming up will be the BM Hunter. So second ban, EG decides to banning that BM Hunter. So Tosan will not be able to play BM. At the same time, Cyclone with Love decides to ban that Elemental Shaman. I think it's a good choice at this point, especially if they will be running with a Hunter. It's definitely good to always ban any elemental specs. And well, interesting. So Cyclone with Love will actually be running with a marksman, Hunter, and a red paladin. Interesting choice. At the same time, I think it's going to be a shadow play from Team EG, guys. It's just they're gonna bring it back. Team EG will be doing that shadow play, and yeah, I think that's what it's going to come down to. It's just going to come down to what CDO wants to play. Is he going to play that Druid? Is he going to play that Shaman? And it will be that Restoration Shaman against the red Marksmanship Discipline Priest from Cyclone with Love. And there you go, guys. There should be some interesting matchup. Shadow play against Red Hunter. I'm not too quite sure who has the upper hand. I can easily go both ways. You know, Red Hunter is so strong, but at the same time, Shadow play has a lot of Shadow play like it was Talbot and Azael have so much synergy together that they could make things happen. You know, it could be tough, and we'll see what different specs and different glyphs they decide to pick and different talents, because it will actually matter a lot to see how they play it out. And but it should be interesting.
I think Shadow play has the upper hand, as you said.
Yeah, it really.
The opposite team can be rolled in fears 24/7. They just need to survive the burst, the wings, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, BM Hunter was banned, so the Marksman Hunter will be obviously sitting in a lot of fears. But Reds are pretty tanky. You know, they're pretty tanky class with that shield wall, that divine protection that reduces magical damage by 40%. They can reduce a lot of damage pressure. They have the off heals, and I think if Cyclone with Love can actually land those traps, it could actually go really well for them. You know, it could go well, but I think it will be so hard because, you know, the Shadow Priest can grip traps, he can MD the traps. The team overall can eat the traps with various methods, and at the same time, if Azael plays with that imp, he will be able to dispel those traps. So we'll see what they decide to run. Yeah, Talbot isn't letting C2 set a trap, that's for sure. So we'll see if Tosin can actually try and deny that, you know, that grip. That's like really important, is to try and deny that grip by the Shadow Priest. It's a minute 30 cooldown. He did try the first game, but there was a silent shot onto Talbot. He managed to barely get the grip off and deny that trap. And little things like that can actually change the game so much. You know, being able to counter pressure a Hunter, denying his trap can really change everything. They just didn't pick Volkazar. I guess they prefer running that Shadow play. They could have picked Volkazar playing that Fire Mage, but I guess they feel more confident playing Shadow play overall against the team. Svet, can you try and fix the names? Apparently there's some orthograph issue with one of the team names, maybe?
The names?
from Cyclone was love or something.
Oh. From Cyclone. Good luck, yeah. Okay, the gates are open.
Yes, EG did win the first series, so 1-0 leading right now for Team EG against Cyclone with love. Alright, so gates have opened, we'll be able to join and die as usual. Commentating right now is myself, Sinyaki. Hello. Somebody asked who was commentating. Can you hide your UI?
Yeah. No. It's actually automatically hidden. No, I cannot press all that because it will just, you know, remove everything.
Alright guys, 10 seconds. The game's about to start. Team EG playing that Shadow Play, Sea-Doo on the rest of Shaman, Tabadar on the Shadow Play, and Azael playing that UA lock against Chaz, this Priest, Mystic playing that Red Paladin, and Tosin playing the Marksman Hunter. Let's see how it starts up right now. Probably Spirit Shell's gonna be coming up from Chaz in a second. He actually decides to Spirit guys instantly, and a nice disarm. He decides to disarm Tosin off the bat. A nice Hex on the Mystic. They're trying to kind of counter pressure him right now. Demon Soul has been popped by Azael. The Fox has been feared, and Chaz just casting this Prayer of Healing with Spirit Shells. And actually we saw a scatter onto Azael, not too sure why. I guess they're actually going onto Sea-Doo. Interesting choice. He does decide to take the gateway and freedom himself. A nice Shadow Fear onto Mystic and Tosin at the same time. And maybe they're actually trying to turn back the pressure onto Azael. That's decided to pop his and then resolve. It's just too late. He will actually just instantly flop by those wings and the Guardian. And wow, that just went so fast.
That was unexpected.
That was just okay. So they went onto Sea-Doo. He decided to gate all over across the map. Then they rotated the pressure onto Azael instantly and popped wings, Guardian, and just pretty much two-shot him. It went so fast. And then resolve and the Dark Region went off, but it was slightly too late. And as a result, he just went down. And that's the red marksmanship pressure. They can do that at any given time. And yeah, that's unfortunate that a game lasts goes so fast, but that's, you know, that can happen, and Tabata is still trying to make things happen here, but I don't see anything going on. Sea-Doo taking some of the damage. Like I said, Tabata is still trying to win the game. Sea-Doo at 20% HP. There goes the annonce, full fear onto Tabata, and Sea will be tremored. I guess they're just gonna try and kill Sea-Doo. There's a scatter onto Tabata. Will be a full trap coming out short after. Not able to get the spell right now. There's the spell, and yeah, at this point they're just trying to. Tabata is just trying to get a kill. I don't think it's gonna happen. Sound shot, 10% HP, 5% HP. Battlemaster Hellstone will save him for a little bit, but I don't know for how long. Tabata is in that full fear. He does get the spell. There's a full hodge onto Sea-Doo, and that will most likely be it. Or not. Sea-Doo is still living. They just can't kill him. They're like, Azael, why did you die, man? Look at us. We can live forever. And Sea-Doo will probably eventually go down. There goes the wings. Next silent shot, and Sea-Doo will be going down. Alright, well that can happen sometimes, guys, especially if if it's your first game. Red Paladins can do that. They can two-shot you like that whenever every proc available wings, and that was unfortunate, but it can happen to anybody. It's just part of the game. Sometimes you just don't pay attention for half a second, and they just pop every cooldown on you. We've seen it a lot in the past, in the past, and that's what happened. But I'm sure we'll be going way better the next game. They know what they have to do now. They know. I'm sure they won't let that mistake happen twice. Alright, can you tell Chaz to not viewer that early? Because apparently he was actually,
Okay.
and people are asking if you could hide your UI.
How can I hide my UI?
Was the thing. I think I joined too early. I think Alt Z removes everything though, so I don't think you don't see anything after that.
Alt D?
Alt Z, but
no, you cannot. It also removes the add-on thingy. I have your word glyph, makes it 2 minutes.
yeah, but I think he's been using. Just tell him to use it as soon as the counter starts. I'm not in his group, so I can't check when he actually uses it. But yeah.
I don't know. On countdown.
Toggle UI, toggle Blizz UI in the add-on.
I do that, but it still has my action bar. You know, the one below.
It shouldn't be.
Just check the stream now, yeah? When I'm dead.
Okay, I'll check right now. Okay, hide it.
Yeah, once I'm dead, I'll hide it. Toggle. Oh. Wow. You're a magician. Someone left or what?
No, why?
Oh,
Ah, yes, I guess they had some interface problem. Did you manage to? I think you managed to fix it.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, that's
This time
amazing.
it worked.
All right, guys. So Team EG still leading 1-0 overall in the best of 3. This is now the second best out of 3. Cyclone with Love did have a quick win against Team EG for the first game. So if they manage to win the second one, it will be tied up 1-1. So let's see what can they make happen. Yeah, we had to remake. So 1-0 for Cyclone with Love.
Actually, yeah.
Alright, it should be fixed now. Alright, great. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think is actually gonna happen in the chat? Will Team EG manage to bring back the victory? They really need to win this next game, and they will be losing that second series. I mean, they will not be losing the overall series because they did win the first best out of 3. But what do you guys think will win? EU versus US. It's on. What do you think? Azael's warm up? Yeah, I think so. EU, EG, EU. Alright. I think it's definitely gonna be close. I mean, unfortunately, the last game was a bit too swift. That Red Paladin just two-shotting Azael. Hopefully, we'll see a bit of a more interesting game this time. Yeah, it's true. It is half EU, half US team. You have Tosan on the Hunter, you have the Tosan on the Hunter, and then you have Chaz and Mystic Fire from you.
Did you join?
I did join. I did die already. Alright guys, week 4, day 2, Bleached Bones tournament, $30,000 prize pool. Big tournament, 16 total teams, 80 players overall competing for all that prize money. Teams from all over the world. Top tournament players from a bit less known players, and giving a chance for everybody to kind of prove themselves and show that they can compete with the best or among the best. This should be interesting to see. On your left side of the screen, you do have Tosin, Chaz, and Mystic playing that red marksmanship discipline priest. On the right hand side, you have of course Sidu, Talbador, and Azael running the shadow play for Team EG. Alright, Chaz did the word at the correct time, so everything should be good, and gates are actually about to open. Alright, this is Team EG's map pick, so they should definitely go in the favor. Talbador is pushing in, maybe trying to get some early orbs, and Chaz popping that Spirit Shell, of course, topping his teams with these big shields. Gateway has obviously already been popped, and everybody has shells right now, so let's see what they decide to do. Sound shot and an instant blind onto Sidu. They're actually going to Mystic actually gets feared on his Guardian, so not gonna be able to get that much damage going on. We see the Demon Soul will be popped by Azael, and Dark Region early on and unresolved. Good choice by him so early on. He will get gripped back. Sidu was actually sitting in that full trap. There's the Healing Tide Blanket Sounds onto Chaz, and they're going actually onto Toast taking so much damage. 30% HP, might just die through the turret. 10% HP, gets a nice heal from the Red Paladin, but Azael at 30% HP now doesn't have much thing left. There's the Dark Bargain. That's actually his last cooldown, but look at Chaz team. They're all running so low. Mystic is in that full fear. Tosin is in a fear. Chaz is in a hex. This is so bad. He does decide to trinket it late. There's event protection from Mystic, and Team EG just looking so strong. If they can just maintain this for a little while, they could be so good. Chaz stuck in the half fear right now, and Sidu into that scatter trap. It will not be able to get dispelled, and Talbot actually try to PMD, but look at, they're actually putting the pressure onto Chaz. There's the disarm. Mystic still has the bubble available, and looks like they're just kind of retreating back right now. That's what they have to do. Look at the spread pressure, blanket silence onto Chaz. Mystic 26% HP, casting those flash of lights, and Team AG just crushing them right now. So much spread pressure, and if they don't recover, they will eventually just die. Chaz does not have a trinket. Any fear, blanket silence or hex coming up could eventually lead to a kill, and we see that Tarador is pushing in. Tosan did try to he actually managed to get his pet back. That's great for him. The Fox will be doing work again. Scatter onto Sidu, full trap, not going to be able to get gripped by Tarador. Massive spell comes in, good job by him. Azael does not have many cooldowns left, though. He does not have Unending Resolve. His Dark Regeneration might just come up, but he does not have Bargain also. And Chaz popping Spirit Shells once again. Mystic does decide to trigger the fear. DP will be popped also with the Divine Protection. There's a full hex onto Chaz, and he did not have Meld available. A Hollow Terror onto Tosin. Mystic still has the bubble available, so he should be fine. Blanket Sounds onto Chaz. The pressure still onto Mystic. There's the Hodge onto Sidu. Azael, still not many cooldowns left. Scatter actually onto Tabador. Interesting choice. There's the sound shot onto Sidu right after Azael. Gaining all the way back, and Sidu does decide to treat the blind. Good choice by him. Fear onto Talbador. He does not get dispelled quite yet, and I feel they could actually turn this around. I mean, Chad's gonna have this trinket coming back soon. Mystic still has the bubble available. If they can somehow manage to live, it could be good for them. Because as I said, Azael does not have many cooldowns left. You can check it out at the bottom of your screen. He doesn't have an unresolved and no Dark Bargain, and C does not have a trinket. But at the same time, there goes the PS from to Chaz, going drastically so low on mana. He does have Shadow Fiend up. Let's see if he can use it. He's into a hex right now. Trinket is up. Tosin gets fear on that pet summon. He does go for the Tur, and there goes the revive pet. Gets a safe revive pet. It will actually get sheared by Sidu. Great job by him. There's the shock. He actually might. There's the trap. Actually gets feared and trapped at the same time. A bit of an overlap, but should be fine. And the game's looking a bit even right now. I mean, Chaz still has the Chaz team still has decent cooldown, but there's a big damage coming onto Tosin. Has to readiness the Tur. Still trying to desperately get that pet out, and he just gets interrupted every time. He tries another time, gets disoriented. This is just a nightmare for any hunter trying to get his pet out for the whole duration of the game. And Chaz slowly going out of mana. There's the full Hollow Terror. Mystic does decide to sack him out. He dispelled that UX same time. He might have the bubble. There goes the bubble. Master Spell will not be coming up just yet. And Chaz just solo mana. He goes for the drink. He has to drink right now. It's a really important drink. And games seems to, slightly be be coming into Team EG's favor. Like their cooldowns are coming back. Dark Bucket is back. Unresolve is back in a full fear onto Tosin and to Chaz at the same time. Bubble is still not available. He does decide to sack the end of the fear onto Chaz, and I think the pressure is onto Tosin. I'm pretty sure he does not have any deterrents left. There's the blanket sounds onto Chaz. Decided to put the pressure onto him. 60% HP, hexed onto Mystic at the same time. He does decide to sit that. There goes the MD on the trap. He actually tried to pre-MD the trap, but it didn't go off. Tosin gets actually feared on that pet summon. Such a nightmare for this Hunter. Full fear onto Mystic. Divine Protection is his last cooldown. He does not have the bubble available, but there goes the wings. What can happen? Swap onto Sidu. He actually decides to link full fear onto Tobadar, who decides to gets blinded overlap. Actually Wizard Sidu actually 20% HP does decide to get away. What a nice swap, but there goes the Demon Soul back up. Sidu will be topping himself back to full behind the pillar by Azael, dropping drastically low. There goes the Dark Region, dropped to 10% HP about there, and wow, what an incredible pressure. But watch out, there's the Shadow Fiend from the Tobador. They're actually gonna counter the pressure back onto Mystic. There goes the silence onto Chaz. Still this Sidit, so I guess they're in good shape, and this is kind of looking scary for Team EG at this point. They do not have any more cooldowns. Sidu does not have a trinket. What can really be done? Chaz still sitting with that 10% mana. Still has his trinket available. He should probably swap to Inner Will at this point because he's so out of mana. I'm not sure why he doesn't. But however, Mystic had the Divine Protection back, should be good for a little bit. You know, Tosin still trying to do his best to keep his pet up. The Team ED just focusing that pet the whole game and making it, you know, so hard for them. There's the new gateway back again, and this is looking more or less even. I mean, Azael does not have many cooldowns up. If they could land any CC onto Sidu, it could easily turn around. Alright, new fear used by Tobador back onto Sidu, full fear on the whole team. Actually, beautiful Heart of Terror on, and a blanket silence onto Mystic, not able to sack him out. 10% HP, full hex onto Chaz. He actually dispels into it, and down goes Mystic. Chaz actually trinketed that blanket silence or that fear, and it got instantly hexed at the exact same time. Did not see that coming and did not have meld available back then. Full hex and blanket silence into Mystic, not able to sack him out, sack Chaz out of fear, and a beautiful setup, and Team EG will be tying it up. All right, and that was a great game. As you've seen, it can easily go each way. You know, you feel like the Team EG had the pressure at some point, and then they almost turn it around. They got Sidu to 10% HP, catching that gateway mid game, and you know, also Azael dropping to about 10% HP. Also, like the red marksman pressure is just so scary, so spiky. Team EG did manage to pull the win though with that nice setup at the end, and I feel like Josh should maybe gone into Inner Will earlier. He was out of mana and he couldn't really top his team back up. I mean, I think it's a bit worth it to just swap to Inner Will. You know, you lose the spell power, but you know your instant cast costs a bit less mana, so you can have a bit of time with your mana. But anyways, great job by Team EG. We'll be tying it up. So this could technically be it for Cyclone with Love. If Cyclone with Love actually loses this next series, they will lose the overall 2 best out of 3s, and the 2 points will be given to EG, putting him even further in their group stage, and that's just great for them. What a great game overall, but as you've seen, you know, it's just really hard for a Hunter. He has constant dots on his pets, just can't do much. He was pretty much spending like 50 to 60% of the game just trying to get a pet back, and that's just like the weakness of Hunters. As soon as you kill their pets, they do not have that roar sacrifice, they do not have that extra the fox, you know, the fox debuff. It's really huge and they really need it, but a team like Shadowplay can just destroy pets in 2 seconds, and that's pretty much what they did, and I feel like that's what reduced a lot of Cyclone with Love's pressure. So let's see. Yes.
As an expert Shadow Priest player, could you explain us, please, why is he playing without spikes, but rather with what's this thing you called?
He's playing with Insanity instead of
Yeah.
Spike. I would personally play Spike just because the Red Paladin and the Priest can dispel Devouring Plague, but it really depends. I mean, if you can CC the Red can't always dispel. He can he can't always dispel it. If oops, I joined too early.
Very gamer what?
No, I should be fine. I'm in stalls. Hopefully, it does not break the frame.
Tell me when the gates are open then.
Yep. And yeah, he does. I need to give Azael leader 1 second. Boom, there we go. I will go offline real fast. And yeah, like I said, the foreign plague can be dispelled, so Insanity is a bit useless after that since it only procs with DP is up. So I would personally choose the Mind Spike version, but it's debatable. The foreign plague, the Insanity has a bit more burst if used correctly. Spike just has overall more damage. But yeah.
Gates open.
Yep, I am logging back in. And that's true, yeah. I mean, if you dispel the DP, the priest will be dispelling the UA at the same time, unless unless the red dispels it, because reds can dispel magic. So if the red dispels DP, it will pretty much only dispel the DP. That's it. It won't take the UA and stuff like that. All right, I just got owned by. I am dead. Let's see. Teams are set up in their corrective groups. Alright guys, on your left hand side from Cyclone was Love, tied up, Tosin on the Marksman Hunter, Chaz on the Disc Priest, Mystic on that Red Paladin. Right hand side of course is Team EG, Sidu on the Rest of Shalom, Tabata on the Shadow Priest, and Azael on the UA Warlock. Can they do it? Cyclone with Love has to win this game or they will lose the overall series, and this is a key point for them. They really have to win this game. Let's see, this is their map pick, of course. Let's see if they can make it happen like it did the first game. Game is about to start. And there we go, Tabata pushing in, trying to get those early orbs. Gateway hasn't popped. Spirit Chalice coming out from Chaz, topping his team, and they're actually gonna hit the gateway a little bit, slightly dropping it down to around 80%. There's a Fear onto Mystic, instantly dispelled by Chaz. There goes the blind. I think the blind was actually, I think he did miss his blind there, I'm not quite yet sure. Guardian has been popped, of course. Demon Soul also by Azael, kind of trying to counter pressure Gary to see a lot of incoming damage. There's the binding shot. Full Fear onto Tabata. Will we slide the spell right after? I'm not sure who they're targeting right now. They're just sitting in a lot of fear. There's Blanket Silence onto Chaz. The wings have actually been popped. A nice gateway by Zell. His Demon Soul will be finally fading. What's that?
Fox went down, the pet.
Okay. Fox is down, guys. Really important matter. Actually, it's back up again. Maybe he was playing with Heart of the Phoenix. Yes, he does play with the Heart of the Phoenix. He does not have the Roar Sacrifice, but second pet will be coming back up. And looks like Team EG is stabilizing pretty well. I mean, they didn't force that many cooldowns out of Healing Tide and the Trinket from Sidu. Azael still has all his defensive cooldowns available, and this is really great because the wings have been popped, the Guardian has been popped, and I'm not sure what they can do at this point. We see a Chaz just dispel the UA, gets put in the full hex, could not melt this. 3 orbs coming out with Shadow Fiend from Tabata, big damage incoming. Or Mastery on that sounds beautiful, and the Mystic will actually have to bubble, drop to 10% HP, and wow, that was the Shadow Fiend burst with the 3 orbs, even through Or Mastery. What an incredible burst. There's the Howl of Terror coming out onto the Fox again, back to 50%. There's the Hodge onto Sidu. Tifa Trap can come in after that, not quite yet. And Team EG just looking really strong right now. I mean, they're still doing well. Sidu still has a trinket, does not have a trinket, but Azael still has enough cooldown, I think, to manage. He still has the unending resolve ready. There's the new gateway, and what can Cyclone with Love do at this point? They have to win this game. This is really important for them, and not too much going on right now. There's the Hex cast onto Chaz. He got actually decides to Shrink as he had feared at the same time. Tosin also put it into that Hall of Terror, and I think the key target now is gonna be Mystic. He does not have that bubble. There's a silence onto Chaz. 3 orbs onto Mystic. He does not dispel himself. There's the dispel himself, denying the insanity. Azael 60% HP, and looks like he's gonna be fine. There's a DR fear onto Chaz, and not too much going on. I think both teams kind of want to play it safe. They do not want to overextend. They know that Mystic does not have that bubble available. Chaz does not have a trinket. Any incoming CC onto Chaz could be vital. But look at Tosin dropping 30%. He's stuck in that fear. He gets the storm. He could just die here, and he actually managed to deter right before at 20% HP. The Mystic here's the divine protection, so he will be fine for the next 10 seconds. Full fear onto Chaz, and there's the wings back up again onto Azael. Azael putting the Demon Soul up with a Haunt. Mystic 20% HP. Blanket also to Chaz. It's the end. I think 10% HP, and it is over. And as I said, Pally did not have a bubble. Chaz did not have a trinket, and that CC rotation just was the end. Blanket Sans, Fear right before, and Team EG will be winning that best out of 3. USA, USA, USA. Yeah, you guys know it. Even though you know Tosin's American, so he kind of counts. But anyways, that will be it for this series actually. So EG will be winning the overall 2 best out of 3s against Cyclone was Love. The first few series were a bit more balanced, I would say. You know, that KFC against the Monk Shadow Priest Feral, a bit more closed up. But this game, I feel like Team EG still was in control most of the time. They still had major cooldowns available, and it just felt like that Mars and Red Hunter just couldn't do much, especially when that pet constantly dying and you know, easily countering the pressure. So great job by them. And are we gonna take a break, or what's gonna happen to it?
Usually there is short break, yeah.
Okay, great.
Great.
Alright guys, for you joining us, this is the Bleached Bones tournament, $30,000 prize pool. We're actually in the week 4, day 2. Lot of teams playing this tournament. We've just seen a Team EG winning. Cyclone with Love will be going to another series shortly after this, and should be some great games. It will actually be Team EG again playing, if I'm correct, against Toxic Use, that is Blockstuck's team, and it should be some great games and some really important games for both teams, because they wanna solidify that spot in their group to move on. The win will actually be very important.